December 2nd, 2025. 847 alien warships just showed up over Texas, and one legless Marine made them regret it in 41 seconds flat. This is the story the Pentagon tried to bury. Hit that like button right now, because you're not gonna believe what happens next. The sky split wide open at 14:17 Central Standard Time. Dallas-Fort Worth International looked like someone poured purple neon lava across the heavens. 847 Concordium capital ships, each one the size of Manhattan, dropped out of subspace in perfect attack formation. Their violet plasma lances lit up brighter than a Texas summer noon. Every phone, every dashcam, every kid's TikTok live caught it. And right in the middle of Interstate 35W, where the asphalt was still smoking from the first warning barrage, stood one man. Staff Sergeant Jack Texas McAllister. Call sign, Texas. 3rd Marine Raider Battalion. 2 Purple Hearts, 1 Silver Star, and a lifetime supply of fuck you. He had no legs below the knees, gone 10 minutes ago when a Drill orbital lance turned his fire team into red mist. Right arm severed at the shoulder. Left arm hanging by gristle. Face looked like it lost a fight with a cheese grater. Blood pouring out of him like a Coors Light keg on Saturday night. And he was laughing. Not a scared laugh. Not a crazy laugh. The laugh of a man who just realized Christmas came early. He tongued his mic, jaw wired shut from shrapnel, and roared into the battalion net. Contact front. 847 capital ships, big pretty triangles, looks like the whole damn galaxy showed up to the wrong goddamn rodeo. Somebody wake up the Air Force, this ain't their coffee break. A drill drop pod the size of Cowboy Stadium slammed down 20 yards ahead. Concrete exploded upward in a gray hurricane. The ramp hissed open. 50 drill shock troopers, 8 feet tall, black carapace glistening like wet obsidian, plasma glaive screaming blue, poured out screaming in 17-part harmony that made dogs 3 states away tuck tail and hide. Texas thumbed the safety off his half-melted M27 with his one good thumb. Y'all want some? Well, get some, motherfuckers. Full rock and roll. Tracers stitched across the front rank. Drill armor cracked like lobsters in a pot. Purple blood painted the highway. First glaive took his left arm clean off at the elbow. The rifle kept firing anyway, propped against a chunk of Jersey barrier. Texas dragged himself forward on cauterized stumps, laughing so hard blood bubbled out his nose. That all you got? My sister hits harder and she's 4'11" on a tall day. Second plasma bolt punched straight through his chest plate, cooked his left lung, exited out the back sizzling like bacon on a griddle. He spat a red mist, grinned with half his teeth missing, and kept crawling. Inside the Concordium flagship Eternal Edict, High Exemplar Vurak stared at 8 eye stalks worth of tactical holograms. Why is the prey laughing? Texas reached into the shredded pocket of his camis with 2 bloody fingers, pulled out a cracked waterproof Bluetooth speaker the size of a deck of smokes, and slammed the play button. Lynyrd Skynyrd. Sweet Home Alabama. Volume 11. The opening riff hit the battlefield like a claymore mine full of freedom. Every drill on the ground froze. Then dropped their glaives. Then clutched their cranial ridges and screamed like their souls were being dragged across broken glass. Texas dragged himself through the carnage, singing through a mouthful of shattered teeth and blood. Sweet Home Alabama, where the skies are so blue. Cut to Corporal Ramirez's iPhone footage. Marine Corps GoPros died 20 minutes ago. Ramirez, screaming Texas, is still fucking moving. He ain't got legs, he ain't got arms, and he's flipping the bird with the bone he's got left. Overpass cam, Drill Centurion raises his rifle, hears the guitar solo, rips his own mandibles off, starts bashing his skull against concrete until it pops like a rotten pumpkin. Green brains everywhere. Another drill literally shits itself, acidic diarrhea eats straight through its armor. Trooper slips, falls, but detonates its own plasma grenade. Boom. Blue mist in chunks. Texas drags himself right through the blast radius, hair on fire, still singing. Lord, I'm coming home to you. He reaches the first landed assault shuttle. Just a torso now, using his one remaining hand to pull himself up the ramp inch by bloody inch, leaving a red snail trail behind him. Drill pilot sees him coming, panics, tries to raise the ramp. Hears Ronnie Van Zant hit that high note and instead slams his own head in the closing ramp. Crunch. Neck gone. Texas crawls inside, finds the ship-wide comm panel, hotwires Skynyrd straight into the entire Concordium battlenet. 847 ships suddenly have turned it up, blasting at 140 decibels through every speaker, every helmet, every goddamn air duct. Inside the Eternal Edict, Vurak is clawing his own face, purple blood streaming down his ceremonial robes. Make it stop. Make the noise stop. His tactical officer is on the floor vomiting fluorescent green chunks the size of softballs. Helm's beak just bit its own tongue off and is laughing in drill, which sounds like a dial-up modem being waterboarded. Fleet-wide chaos. Ships drifting. Collision alarms howling. One super dreadnought rolls inverted, clips its neighbor. Both go up in a miniature sun. Texas is inside Shuttle Bay 3 now. 6 drill boarders corner him in the corridor. They unload full-auto plasma casters. Every bolt hits. His chest cavity glows like a jack-o'-lantern. You can see straight through him. Texas looks down at the hole, looks back up, grins with half a face. Y'all shoot like my ex-wife tries to parallel park, FCKIN useless. He flips them the bird with his remaining middle finger bone. The entire squad drops weapons and starts gouging their own eyes out with their claws. One drill digs so deep he pulls out his own optical nerve and uses it to strangle himself. Engineering section. Nobody knows how the hell he got there. He's dragging himself along a catwalk using his teeth clamped on the railing. Drill engineer tries to vent plasma coolant. Texas bites through the hose, drinks the glowing blue coolant like a Capri Sun, then headbutts the engineer so hard the carapace shatters. Big iron, he mumbles off-key as the solo kicks in again. The engineer rips his own spinal cord out and hangs himself with it like a jump rope. Bridge access corridor. For drill honor guards in gold armor form a firing line. They unload everything. Plasma bolts melt his dog tags into his collarbone. His left eyeball pops and sizzles. Texas keeps crawling, laughing so hard his ribs, what's left of them, rattle. Ah, hell, boys, I needed that. Been meaning to lose 10 pounds anyway. He flips the bird again. The honor guards drop to their knees and start puking in perfect synchronization, like a vomitorium at a Roman orgy. One of them pukes so hard his stomach literally turns inside out. What follows is the part nobody saw live, because every camera was pointed at the sky watching ships explode. But the Eternal Edict's internal security feeds survived. The Marines leaked them 3 days later. This is the full, unfiltered 32-minute crawl of one dying Texan through the largest warship humanity has ever seen, dragging himself deck by deck, deck by bloody deck, singing Skynyrd the whole way. Deck 47, crew quarters. Texas drags himself past rows of drill bunks. Entire crew is clawing at walls, painting them with purple blood murals of screaming faces. One drill is trying to stuff himself into a recycling chute headfirst. He gets stuck at the waist, legs kicking, screaming the lyrics in broken English, sweet home, before biting through his own tongue. Texas chuckles. Kid, you ain't from Alabama. You're from Alabama adjacent at best. Deck 42, Mess Hall. Hundreds of drill officers in a food fight, from hell. They're flinging trays, then claws, then their own limbs. One admiral is using his severed arm to beat a subordinate to death while singing in Birmingham they love the governor, B-O-O boo B-O-O. Texas crawls under the tables, snagging a tube of drill nutrient paste. Squirts it into his mouth. Tastes like ass and regret. 5 stars. Would eat again. Deck 38, Armory. Drill armorers are loading plasma rifles, and then turning them on themselves. One trooper shoves the barrel in his mouth, pulls the trigger, and his head turns into a purple firework. Texas grabs a fallen drill sidearm with his teeth, drags it along like a puppy with a chew toy. Deck 34, Medical Bay. Drill doctors trying to perform emergency lobotomies on each other with bone saws. One surgeon saws open his own skull, pulls out a chunk of brain, stares at it, shrugs, and eats it like cotton candy. Texas pauses, coughs blood. Y'all need Jesus. And better playlists. Deck 29, Reactor Control. Engineers are overriding safety protocols, trying to vent the core. Texas bites through a control cable, sparks flying into his face. Reactor stabilizes. Nope. Y'all don't get the easy way out. Deck 24, Trophy Room. Walls lined with skulls of conquered species. Texas sees a human skull, some poor bastard from the First Contact disaster in 2023. He stops, touches it gently with his forehead. I got you, brother. Then he pisses blood on the display case. Deck 19, Communications Array. Texas hotwires the galaxy-wide emergency broadcast. But he doesn't send his message yet. First he loops Skynyrd on repeat across every channel the Concordium has ever used. Billions of aliens across 847 worlds suddenly have southern rock blasting in their heads. Suicide rates spike 400% in 6 minutes. Deck 14, Officers' Lounge. Drill captains in silk robes doing the conga line off the balcony into the reactor shaft, singing Now Muscle Shoals Has Got the Swampers. Deck 9, Bridge Access. Honor guards again. This time they're wearing noise-canceling helmets. Doesn't help. The song is inside their souls now. They rip the helmets off and start French kissing the bulkheads. Deck 4, Auxiliary Bridge. Junior officers trying to surrender. They open a channel to Earth. We yield. We surrender. Please stop the noise. Texas crawls into frame, just a head, spine, and one arm now. Y'all don't get to surrender. Y'all get to listen. Deck 1, Main Bridge. High Exemplar Vurak is waiting. He sawed off his own auditory stalks. Blood everywhere. He's screaming silently. Texas drags himself up the steps to the command throne, inch by inch. Vurak lunges with a ceremonial dagger. Texas catches the blade in his teeth, bites it in half, spits the piece into Vuraka's face. He reaches the main console. Keys the galaxy-wide broadcast with his tongue. 37:00, 38:45, the collapse. 38 seconds. 39 seconds. 40 seconds. At exactly 41 seconds after Skynyrd first played, the entire fleet collapses. 312 ships slam into each other in blind spirals. 401 initiate emergency jumps straight into the sun. 134 vent atmosphere while crews claw bulkheads to bone. 0 ships left. Silence. Texas, now just a head and half a torso floating in 0G, bridge gravity failed, looks out to viewport. Earth hangs below, blue and perfect and safe. He smiles. Blood bubbles. Y'all came to the wrong fucking planet. He dies with that grin. Every human ship in the system, Navy cruisers, Coast Guard cutters, Space Force fighters, that one billionaire's armed yacht, even the International Space Station, lights off every running light in perfect sync. Then every external speaker blasts Sweet Home Alabama at max volume. From Mercury orbit to the Oort cloud, humanity sings. Kids in backyards. Soldiers in bunkers. Truckers on I-40. Grandmas in nursing homes. Everybody. 3 days later. Galactic Council emergency session. Half the seats empty, delegates suicided when the song leaked. Presiding chair trembling, all in favor of permanent, eternal prohibition of Terran auditory cultural artifact designation Skynyrd, Lynyrd, under pain of immediate glassing. 847 species raise appendages. Humanity abstains. Human ambassador, 4-star Marine general with a fresh carbon fiber arm, leans into the mic. 5 full seconds of silence. Then, ice cold. Turn it up. Feed cuts to black. Screen text, hell yeah. Subscribe for more HFY. Next week, 1 Marine, 1 Banjo, 2,000 ships.